Hey folks, it's Chad here again with Airstream in Greensboro. Now I've got behind me the 2023 Classic 30-foot RB. So you've got, with the Classic model, there's only two models. There's the 33-foot FB front bed, and then the 30-foot RB rear bed. It's going to be very similar to a lot of the 28-foot models. So Flying Cloud, International, I believe, yeah. So very similar floor plan, a little bit different, obviously a little bit longer at 30 foot. This is a super cool RV. It fits a really good length and weight for the Classic, and then you get all of the benefits of the Classic. So we're gonna do a little walk around, a little review of the 2023 Classic 30 RB. So let's get started. Starting the walk around of the 30-foot Classic, I've got the Zipty powered awning out. It is the Sunbrella awning, so you can put that up when it's wet. It won't mildew or mold, that kind of stuff. It'll dry. Very cool awning, very cool system. You are able to tilt that awning to one side to let a little bit of light rain come off. Now, it's a strong awning. It's got supports that go back to the middle there, but it is an awning that, if it gets a little windy outside, you're not going to want to leave that out, put it up. And then with the Classic, you have the smart control system, so you're able to run the awning, or extend the awning and close the awning from a mobile app. So that's something that's really nice if you're out sitting outside enjoying the weather or just enjoying the day, and a little breeze comes up and you're thinking, oh, I need to put this up. You can hit that button and put that away just with your phone there. So I want to do a quick walk around of the Classic. So with the Classic, you are going to have the really nice 30-pound steel tanks. These tanks do have a tank monitor in them. You can see that wire right there. What that's going to do is allow the smart control system to tell how much propane is in the system. So this is one of those systems where it has the auto switch over component in there, which pretty much all Airstreams, I think, have that now. But non-smart systems, this is going to be Pottery Barn and Classic, those are the ones that have the smart control system, so they're going to have tanks that have monitors in them. Everything else is going to not have that. So that's a cool thing that you're able to do that. Something else I like on the Classic is they do put a lock on the battery door there. A lot of the other Globetrotters and so forth, there's not a lock there, it's just a twist. You are going to get standard lithium batteries, Battleborn batteries from Airstream. Those will ship from Airstream, and of course you get the power ton jack, the rock guards, the solar guards, all of that's there. You do also get a spare tire that's mounted underneath right there. And then you of course you have solar on board. There is the Zamp solar, let me get the camera to actually see that, the Zamp solar connection there. Now you'll want to use the Zamp suitcase solar panel that has a charge controller because that's connected directly to the battery. So there's also a quick disconnect there for propane. That's going to be something that you want to use for maybe a grill, an outside grill, or like a small little heater, propane heater, something like that. And moving around to the sides, with the Classic, you do have the really cool doorbell. Says Airstream on it. I think that's just super cool. This does have standard the electric stabilizers, so that's the controls for those right there. It's just a button. These buttons are different. I would say, when I say different, I mean to the Globetrotter. These are nicer than what you get on the Globetrotter, and I guess that's just should be the case since it's the Classic. You're also going to get these really nice metal doors on basically everything that has a door. Instead of it being a plastic door, it's going to be a metal door, minus the 110 outlet that's outside. That is still plastic. And then the electric stabilizers. You can see those right there. Yep. And those look different than what's on the Globetrotter. They actually look like the Lippard stabilizers. Not sure, 100% sure on that. If you know, leave a comment in the comments down there. Of course, you do get the aluminum steps there. That's really nice. And then also with the Classic, it's a heavier camper, so you're going to get an upgraded wheel. You're going to a 16-inch wheel. It's a Michelin tire instead of the Globetrotter tires. These are going to be LT 225s, 75 R16s. And then you do have the Dexter axles with the shock assist, and you have the Dexter brakes that are self-adjusting. And then one other thing that I really like about the Classics on this side, then we'll move to the back, is you're going to find a lot more storage on the outside versus a lot of your other Airstream models out there. So we call this wet storage, but it's a little bit of storage. It's still nice to have. You could definitely put some leveling blocks in there, those types of things. And then moving to the back, now you're going to get window awning standard with the Classic. And so basically the Classic, your only options are going to be what colors you want. Everything else is mostly pretty much standard. So the window awnings are standard, the backup camera is standard. Now this is a queen bed version. So you have some storage under the queen bed back here, and then even more storage deep down below, which is really nice. You don't get this in the other models out there. So there's even deeper storage in this back section here, and then you've got the panels that go over top there. You can see how far back that goes, all the way up under the bed. Now those wires should be contained. That's something we'll address before this one gets delivered. Just shutting this door. And then you have, of course, the bumper with the storage that is in the bumper with the little lock there. And again, that's going to be wet storage. And the storage under the bed, that's not wet storage. You can store whatever you'd like to back there. The bumper is going to be wet storage. Moving to the non-camp side, so the connection side, you see all the windows. There's a ton of windows on the Classic just to be able to give you tons of light. More of that wet storage right here. And then you're going to have your gray and black tanks, dumps. You have your valve handles there. And then up front, I'll show you here in a second, is where your sewer hose storage is. And then you've got your black tank flush here. And then your freshwater city inlet is right there. And that does have a pressure regulator built into it. Your potable water or fresh water is stored there. Again, you have the really nice stainless steel cover. And then this is a dual AC setup. Both your Classics are going to be dual AC standard. So you're going to have a 50 amp cable. That is right here. And then it is the smart plug. The smart plug is a super cool system. I would love just to see every RV have this. As far as pulling it out, you're just going to squeeze these two connections here and pull it out. It's really easy to pull out, and it's really easy to push in. And then with the Classic, you're also the similar smart plug phone TV, which is just going to be TV. So satellite and TV connections right there. It's a really nice setup, so it matches. And then behind this door is going to be the shower, outside shower. So this drops down. You do have a little spot for the shower head to rest. It is hot and cold water, and it's a nicer chrome look compared to the other Airstreams that are out there. And then you've got your exhaust for the furnace and hot water. And then just giving you a look of from the driver's side. So moving to the inside of the Classic, a few things I want to point out. This grab handle is lit, which you can kind of see in the video, but it would show up, better at night. You have the doorbell there, and then you have the Classic Airstream door. Takes them roughly 8 hours to build that by hand. If you never shut an Airstream door, it's the Vault RV door. Come here to Greensboro, come to a show somewhere like that, and shut that door. so you can get a feel for the quality of an Airstream. Now I'm going to move inside, shut the door behind me, and as soon as we come in, I want to show you the control panel for your door entry. So a couple of things you have on here. You have an away mode. You press that button there, it's just going to turn all your lights off. And then you have an on-board mode. When you press that button, it's going to turn all of your main lights on. It's not going to turn every light on, it'll turn your main lights on. And then you have ceiling lights. You have your exterior light master, so it'll turn all your exterior lights on for you. And then these next 4 buttons are going to be related to the awning. The top 2 buttons, so this one and this one, is going to be the awning extend and then the awning retract. And then the bottom 2 buttons are going to be your tilt to front or tilt to rear. Now, one thing to note with this one, with the Airstream Classic and the Pottery Barn, there is a travel lock on the awning. So if you first come in and hit this button to extend the awning and it doesn't do anything, most likely the travel lock is on. And what you'll do to unlock that is come down and press these 2 buttons together, and that will disengage that travel lock. Below that is your battery disconnect. Now to turn that off, you're going to hit and hold that until it turns off, as opposed to just pressing it, which is what you would get on some of the other Airstreams. Now with the travel lock, the reason that's there is because they do have the smart control system to where you are able to run your awning out using your mobile phone. This is also equipped with Airstream's Wi-Fi and LTE system, which is stored up here. There is a switch to turn that on and off right there. Now, if you have this connected to LTE through the Air Connect, you will have the ability to control things. Well, basically anything the smart system can control, you're going to be able to control, and that's right there. You're going to be able to control with your mobile phone anywhere in the world. So what Airstream doesn't want to happen is you to be going down the road, your grandchild is in the back seat, they have your phone because they're watching a movie or something, and then they happen to get onto the smart app and hit the awning button. The awning's not going to go out because as soon as you plug in to your truck, it recognizes that you're plugged in and you're getting ready to go down the road, and it'll put the travel lock on for the awning, stabilizers, those types of things, so you won't be able to run that out. So I'm going to swing back around to the front here, so you can see with the 30 RB, very similar to the 28 RB, you're going to have a front sofa here. Now that is recliners. That's not going to be make into a bed. Your bed configuration is going to be right here, and I'll put the dimensions of that on the screen. Now that table is powered, so you don't have to manually put that up and down, and that control is stored up here. It's this one right there. I'm going to press that just so you can see kind of what it looks like when it's going up and down. It's quiet. It's fairly quick for a power table. And I'll take that all the way down just so you can see it in that position. And then it will actually go below those cushions there. All right, and that's all the way up. So as far as the dinette, that's your sleeping area there. And then on your sofa up here, this is actually going to be a recliner. And it's a fairly nice recliner. Let me set up so that I can show you that going up and down. Okay, so now I've got it set up to where you can see. It's a very comfortable chair. The other thing I really like about this setup, the 28 or the 30 in this case, is the TV is opposing to the couch, so you can see the TV, comfortably. You're not looking to the left or to the right. And then it does have the powered recline. The other thing I like with this one is the backrest does come back a little bit, so that makes this way more comfortable than some of the other options out there. I think the 33 foot is an example of where even this doesn't fold back too much because there's just nowhere for it to go, with it being the couch is running north-south instead of east-west. So this is a very comfortable setup. There's a ton of room here. Actually, this seat for me is too big. Like, it's bigger than me. So you could definitely seat 4 across this comfortably, especially with a couple of kids with you, grandkids. There's also a USB charger in the middle of your up and down button for your recliner. And then right here, which I'll cut to a close-up, you're going to have some more switches, which includes your onboard switch that I mentioned over there, so it will turn your lights on and off for you. Your ceiling lights, your accent lights, which are going to be above, your dinette lights, you can turn those on and off here. Something else to mention, the lights are all dim lights, so they will come up in a dimming fashion and come off in a dimming fashion, which is really nice. And then there's also a cinema mode here, and this is just going to turn all the lights off and get the TV and everything set up, mainly your lights and so forth, so that you can watch TV. So it's a pretty cool setup. Now let me switch back to where I'm behind the camera. Yep. Okay, so I'm back behind the camera. A few things I want to point out. You do have soft closed doors with your cabinets, and there's a really nice accent light across the top there. There's some great storage up here in the front. There's your Airstream pack that comes with every Airstream. It has all your manuals and so forth in it. Now you do have your Wi-Fi modem there, so you've got some good storage here. It's nice and deep, and then there is a light there. So this is all of your cabinets are lit, and there's just a little button right there that takes that on and off. And then these are, of course, soft close. Now, Airstream builds everything in-house by hand. There are a few things that they will order in occasionally, depending on the case. These door fronts for the cabinets, I believe Airstream actually has an outside manufacturer manufacture these for them. Now, as far as windows that open, this window here opens. The two windows over the dinette open. The small window above the port window opens. And then your center window with your panoramic window opens as well. So you can get a lot of air moving through the 30-foot Classic, especially with the Fantastic style fan. I think that's actually made by Dometic, but Fantastic fan, that's controlled in your smart system as well. Turn that on and you'll get some really good light coming through. You also have the sunlight here as well, and it has the blind to close that off to prevent that light from coming in as well. TV is there. It is a Samsung Smart TV as well. It does pull out, so you are able to angle that a little bit more if you need to. You do have your radio here, and it's a nice radio. It's a Fusion radio. It sounds really good. There's actually a subwoofer and under that center seat there in the sofa area, so sounds really good. I really like the JL audio system that's in the other Airstreams, but this does work really well. It's a really nice system. Now, continuing with the 2023 model year changes, you're going to have no DVD player here. You have a spot for it. You could also just put a Roku TV there if you wanted to, or an Apple TV. You have HDMI input there to get to your TVs. There's also a USB plug there, and hidden up there is an inverted circuit. So you are able to still put a DVD player there if that's something that you want, or probably more popular these days is some form of a streaming device, and that's where you would put that. And then this does have the Adele hydronic heating system, as well as heating your hot water. Now, the way this is not a forced heat system that you would find in most of your Airstreams. This is going to be a radiator hydronic heating system. So hidden behind this really nice aluminum cover is going to be radiators, and it's going to run most of the length of the RV. You'll even see it tucked there, a small one there, and then also behind your sofa here, there's one down there, and they've got it vented as well. Now, when this is on, it will take some time to get going, but once it heats that glycol solution, it will provide amazing heat. It's incredible heat, especially if you're wanting to use this in a winter environment. This is a great system for that. If you're going to full time in this, you can see them there. It runs both sides of the bedroom area. It's also behind the bed itself. And then another thing that's really cool about the glycol, and we'll talk about this more in a second, is they actually have, let me turn the lights on. They actually have that glycol run through this towel rack. So this is a heated towel rack. And to note, when your heat is on, this will be hot, so be careful touching that. Open that little port window so we can see that in a little bit. And we'll come back to the bathroom here in a second. So that is your heating system. That's controlled with this box here, or control here. Now this is the smart control system. I'm going to do just a quick run through of it. Very cool system. I like the way it looks. It's very modern, very clean. So you're going to see your freshwater, gray water, wastewater tanks there. You'll also see your LP levels. Currently they're empty. Your source of power is shown here, so shore power. Your inverter and tank heater pads are there, and then you also see your status of your electricity there. So this main page is called the favorites page. You can turn that beep off, which I recommend. There are 5 pages here, so you swipe to the left. Feels like a tablet, like an iPad. This is going to be your lighting control. So exterior lights, you have your awning light there. You can turn that on and off, and then your light, your entry door light, turn that on and off there. We'll swipe one more time. We're now going to be to the entry, the interior lighting, so I can turn all of the different lights on and off right here. So like in a second, we're going to be in the shower. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that light on so that we can see it when we get in the shower. Your lights above your sofa, your ceiling lights are right there. Your dinette lights, the lights above the kitchen are all there. So you can control that from this touchpad here. But you can also control all of these from your smartphone or your tablet. So that's a cool system there. Swipe one more time. We're going to see our climate control. We can change the modes there and then change the temperatures. Turn that on and off. And then your fan control, it's here. So you've got your lid. You can turn this fan speed up and down right there. And then there is a bathroom fan that's over the shower. That's also controlled here. And you can turn that on and off right there. Above, you're going to have 4 different pre-programmed switches. So on board, which is going to correlate to the switches I showed you earlier. Your cinema mode, your sleep mode, and then your away mode, which basically just turns all your lights off. It's a really cool system. You can go even deeper into this and see every individual light, your climate control. You can go deeper into there, the awning. You open that, close that, tilt it all from this system. You can even see your tire pressure and tire heat as well. So each of those are 71 psi and all are 57 degrees. And then it also has an alarm. So this will sound an alarm to let you know things like your tanks are low tire pressure. When I first got in, the back 2 tires were not connecting just hadn't connected yet to the smart system. They're connected now, but it threw out an alarm to let me know that the pressure was low. And you can hit acknowledge, and that will turn that alarm off for you. It's a really cool system. I wish that they would take this down the line a little bit more. Right now, you can only get the Smart Control System by Airstream with the Classic and the Pottery Barn. And remember, if you have the LTE card in your Air Connect, you can control this through your mobile phone through the Smart app. So very cool system. Definitely something I would love to see come down the product lines, at least into the Globetrotter International. That would be cool to see those there. All right, so we're going to move over to the dinette. So I said dinette, I meant to say kitchen. So we're moving to the kitchen. So you have a really nice setup here with the Classic kitchen. There's some power just below there. There's also additional power along the back wall. Now this little space here behind, that's to let that radiant heat come up. You have the porthole windows, which I do really love. Airstream does that, and they're always behind the sink. You are going to have a really nice stainless steel undermounted sink here with the covers. And then a residential style faucet that does pull out. And then underneath, you've got some really good storage. So trash can there, and it does pull out, but it also has a little cutout that's just the size of that trash can to keep it in place. And then we've got a drawer pull-outs here. There's your silverware organizer that Airstream loves to give you, and then another pull-out there. I love when there's cabinet faces and they still give you the drawers. And you can see on top here the tongue and groove cabinetry. So really nice door fronts, very solid. And then another pull out, and hidden behind that is another pull out. I'm guessing they did it this way to give you symmetrical door fronts here. So you have a deep pot drawer there, I'd call that. Very deep. And you can see again that really nice tug and groove front. You have a super awesome residential style propane stovetop there. Really nice knobs. And then underneath you're going to have your convection microwave slash oven. So this is going to be both a microwave as well as a convection oven all in one. So very nice, very large compared to what you're going to get in some of your other, and the other Airstreams. That's a really nice setup there. And then above the stove, you do have a vent. This does exhaust out, and it also has a light right there. So illuminate that area while you're cooking in the morning. And then you have some storage again above with your soft closed door fronts. And then there is a little spot here for storing that's got a lip on it. Not 100% sure what this is for. I'm guessing they needed some space right here to be able to get the vent up and out. And then they just gave you a nice little area to be able to store things that won't move during travel. And of course, those are the soft close. So really nice kitchen setup with, especially when you put the cover over the sink, you have an enormous amount of kitchen countertop space, which I like for entertaining. You can definitely put a spread out right there. And some really good storage for a 30-foot RV. Oh, I missed a drawer. Yeah, a little bit of a drawer there. It doesn't go back super far. I'm guessing the tires and wheels are back there. But they did give you a little bit more storage there, which is always nice when they do that. So we're going to move to the refrigerator, and we're kind of getting into the center of the coach. I believe this is 10 cubic foot. I'll post that on the, or put that up exactly what it is, but I believe it's 10 cubic foot. This is a 12 volt electric refrigerator, so you're not going to have any of the propane guts there at the top. So you'll get the full depth of the refrigerator. Good size refrigerator. And then with this one, you are going to have a decent freezer up top as well. And that is a Norcoal, if you're wondering. I think Norcoal is pretty much what they're putting in everything now. And then there's a nice little pull-out pantry right here. That is adjustable. You can move those shelves up and down. And then you have above what I call, oh, that's the little kind of spice rack there. And then on the opposing side of the refrigerator, you're going to find your double wardrobe. And with the cedar line. Now this is just some of the goodies that come with the Airstream. And then that's your awning rod for your window awnings there. And then there's an override for your electric stabilizers that is there. Now there's not any storage underneath the wardrobe. Some of your electronics and components are back behind that. And then coming to the middle of the Classic, so this is the split bath, which I jokingly call the classic bathroom style for Airstream. And you'll see this in probably 85% of Airstream's travel trailers is going to be split bath. If you want a really nice rear bath, you'll want the 33-foot Classic. It's the best rear bath in the Airstream. All of Airstreams is the best one. The second best bath is going to be actually the 23-foot Flying Cloud and International. I'll link the Classic video above so you can click on that and watch that if you want to see that bathroom. Now you do have a curtain that pulls across right here, so you can create this ensuite. As far as the shower goes, it is a nice shower. It's very similar to an International, Globetrotter, even Flying Cloud if you've seen any of those. It does have an adjustable shower head here. You can move that and you rinse off using that. You've got your heat, water temperature control there, which really, because it's a on-demand style system, you're just going to set that temperature and then turn that on. You do have a really nice seat right there, and then there is the vent to go outside. That is right there. Focus is struggling a little bit today. And then I'll just step inside to kind of give you, give you an idea of what it looks like. There's a good amount of room. I mean, a couple of inches there. I'm 5'10". I think I was saying 5'11". I realized on vacation that I'm not 5'11". I'm 5'10". So not sure where I got 5'11" from, but 5'10". So there's a little bit of room there. You had a couple of inches. It'd be tight for a 6 foot tall person, but you could fit in here. You could definitely sit down, and then you have the ability to take that out and move it around. Step back out, and then just for as far as stepping goes, you've got about halfway up my shin there. So this is a good step up, which is going to be, you know, very similar across the Airstream model lines. You're going to see that. Now going into the bathroom, now with the Classic, one of the things that I didn't say that I should say is pretty much everything is upgraded. If it can be upgraded, it's upgraded. And that includes like your doors are really nice, your cabinet fronts, even the hardware that they use throughout. You have a really nice mirror here now. And then there is an undermounted sink. You do have solid surface countertops in here. There's a little bit of storage there. That's a neat little idea. Some storage underneath. And then storage right here, which is missing the shelves. I'm guessing those were in that other storage area. And then you do have the porcelain commode top as well. And this is a very roomy area as I spin around and sit down. This is the, sure why. I mean, this is a little bit wider, but this is a very roomy bathroom compared to the normal split bath setup that Airstream has. And maybe it's the rear bath. I'd have to see a 28 and kind of compare, but I feel like from the front bedroom versus the rear bedroom, this is a very roomy space. There's plenty of leg room there. The toilet paper holder is actually in a logical place that's usable. You do have a mirror across, so you're going to look at yourself while you're using the restroom. And I could close the door and have plenty of room. So this is a really nice bathroom as far as actual size. I do like the porthole there that you can close that. You do have power. You've got your different controls here, so you can turn your tank heaters on, turn the water pump on here. You can open the vent or turn the vent fan on, and then turn the bathroom lights on and off. And then you have a really nice mirror across from or over top of the sink there. So nice restroom set up for the Classic. Oh, I missed a cabinet. Oh, okay, so that's why the spice rack above the pantry doesn't go all the way back, because they gave you some extra storage inside the bathroom, and then there's another towel hook there as well. There's a little bit of weight to this door that I'm noticing as well. It's a hefty door. And then moving to the front, so this is the queen bed model. If you're interested in and we got some flickering with the lights, but if you're interested in what the twin bed version looks like, watch the Classic video, because it has the twin beds. I mean, the Classic 33 foot, it has the twin beds in it, and it'll be a very similar setup, just in the different end of the RV. So I'll link that again above so you can see that. Now we've got all the pillows, all of the linens and so forth that come with the Classic, and you can see with the bed how it tilts up so you can watch. Now you've seen some flashing lights. That's just the LED lights messing with the camera. Those aren't actually doing that in real life. And then with the queen bed setup on the Classic, there is a ton of room to be able to walk around the bed. So this is way, significantly more usable than, like, say, the 27 FB, international, and Flying Cloud. There's more room here. You will get more usable space with the twin bed, as well as more storage with the twin bed, and you check that out in the video as far as usable space. You do have some storage underneath right there that pulls out. You can lift the bed. It does have assisted shocks, but it's heavy. There's drawers there, and then that storage is actually part of the outside storage there. And then your pull-out storage there. And you have the same thing on the other side. Now, as far as your night rest, you have a pull-out drawer there. And then that opens and goes back. And then you do have 110 power on both sides, and you have a USB charger on both sides. And really nice storage there, so if you have things that you want to have accessible at night, or if you have any equipment that you need at night, there's plenty of room on both sides to have those things. And then you do have that similar storage to the front here in the back overhead. It's a really nice storage. And then as far as the bed, the tilt-up function of the bed, so you do have a button here. These are really nice buttons to put that down. So I'll press that and bring it down. And we'll bring that down just so you can see the room that you have when this is in the down position. Alright, so in the down position, it is going to get tighter up here. You can still get around the bed, but it's quite a bit tighter. So I would say in the mornings, when you get up, go ahead and put that up in that up position so that you have more room. Now, the reason I shimmied all the way over here was to show you, you do also have that same button right there to control the bed up and down function. So you have two switches to control that. One here beside the bed and one at the entrance. And then of course you've got USB and power. And then same drawers here as you have on the other side. Come on, give me some light. There we go. And move back around to the front. You do have the TV there, and it's a 12-volt TV. And then I didn't talk about it, but you have your switches here for your sleep mode, accent lights, reading lights, shower light and fan, ceiling lights, and then your onboard, which is just going to turn all your overhead lights on. And of course, you can control all of that again from the smart control system. So that's the queen bedroom 30-foot RB. It's a classic 2023 classic 30-foot RB. Everyone who has subscribed, it's been crazy to see the attention the channel has gotten in such a short amount of time. I did not expect this to happen, so I really appreciate that. And I just want to say, if you have any questions about this classic, the 30-foot or the 33-foot, or if you have any questions about any of the other Airstreams that are out there, feel free to leave a comment below. My contact information is also in the description, so you can call or email me as well. Other than that, I hope you're having a great week. You guys live riveted, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Thanks.